Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Monday Morning Meditation. My name is Kathleen Osmond. This morning, we're going to explore anchoring our awareness. So find yourself a quiet spot, grab a pillow, find somewhere where you can be undistracted for possibly 20 minutes. Maybe you need your blankie like I do, or a sweatshirt and some socks, and come and join me for Monday morning meditation, anchoring our awareness. So, I'm excited to bring you today, anchoring our awareness. In our first class, we talked about the breath. And in our second class, it was more about being mindful and about being in the present moment. So today we're going to spend a little bit of time anchoring our awareness, just putting it in one specific spot. I've got a super easy meditation that you can do at any time, and you can do it in as little as a minute. So lots of options for those of us with very busy lives. So let's start as we always do by finding a comfortable place to sit. Preferably, let me just make sure that my volume is way up. There we go. Because I know there was some issues with volume before. Finding that comfortable place to sit in a quiet spot. And by quiet, I mean somewhere where you will not likely be distracted by children, by phones, by the workings of the day. A lot of people, you may be surprised to find out, are able to do this in their cars. What? Not while they're driving, of course. So, for me, I like to come to my room here where I teach many of my classes because it's nice and quiet. I can shut the door. My animal babies are gone. My one child still at home in bed. Nice and quiet. So, find yourself seated comfortably, dressed for success, I like to say. Comfy clothes, something that doesn't feel too constricting or distracting. A pillow, maybe to sit on. We have lots of pillows here. I'm sure you have pillows at home. Maybe even a blanket or a sweatshirt to cover the legs or put over yourself so that you're not distracted by maybe feeling too cold or possibly even feeling too hot. And now that we're in that quiet place, let's just rock on those sit bones. Find that sweet spot where it just feels right. My legs are crossed. You don't have to cross your legs. Legs can be straight if that's more comfortable for you. The only thing I don't suggest is lying down, simply because sometimes we fall asleep when we're lying down. So when we're sitting up, even though we're in a comfortable position, we're able to move that concentration a little bit better. So now that you've found that comfy spot, let's roll the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as they roll down the back. And up one more time. Squeeze and down. Good. Hands on the thighs, wherever is most comfortable. Maybe your hands in the lap is more comfortable for you. And we close down the eyes. We're going to add a new breath technique this week. First week we did long deep breathing. Second week we added pauses in between the breath. So today we're going to actually do Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing, which is actually a scientifically researched breathing technique that brings balance to the body and mind. So as we sit nice and comfortable, shoulders down and back, imagining our body is long and tall. Think about a tiny string at the top of the head that reaches towards the ceiling. Shoulders are down and back. The right hand comes up to face the face. We're going to take the thumb and cover the right nostril. Inhale through left. Cover left with your pinky and ring finger. Release the right. Exhale. Inhale right. Cover right. Release left. Exhale left. Inhale left, cover left, release right, exhale right. So we're breathing on both sides, in and out, covering that nostril, releasing the other side and breathing in and out. Our eyes are closed. And while we breathe, I'm going to share a little bit about anchoring our awareness. This week, we're going to explore a classical mindfulness and meditation technique. It's meant to stabilize and settle the mind and anchor our awareness. This practice is actually taught in early stages of meditation in both Buddhist and yogic traditions. There are two key concepts, samatha and dhyana. Samatha is the Buddhist term relating to the practice of calming the mind by focusing on a single object. Dhyana is one of the 8 limbs of classical yoga. It too refers to the state and practice where our minds are steadied by the use of some sort of object on which we contemplate. We're going to focus today, or anchor, where we can rest our attention, or create that focus so we can rest our attention as we start to observe and settle our minds. There are really 4 benefits to anchoring our awareness. Physical health, obviously, feeling that deep relaxation, the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, leading to lower heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration. Enhanced immune functioning and accelerated rates of healing. Decreased pain. Slowed cellular effects of aging. We're all going to just look so young and beautiful. Not that we aren't already, but we're going to stay that way. Emotional well-being. Enhanced self-awareness, increased emotional self-regulation. We're able to regulate our feelings and emotions, get that focus back on track. Reduced relapse rates and improved well-being in the treatment of patients with a range of conditions like anxiety and depression. A lot of that going around these days with so much happening in the world. So here's an opportunity for us to refocus and get straight. Mental and cognitive functioning. We're more focused. We're not as distracted. Our memory gets better. And we have improved fine motor coordination and greater creativity. Interpersonal and social relationships. We have a stronger self-awareness in relationships, an enhanced ability to understand and empathize and appreciate other perspectives, other people's opinions, without judgment and without that an enhanced ability, a greater social responsiveness and increased compassionate behavior. We're working towards effortless effort as we continue to breathe in and out, alternate nostrils. We're asking ourselves to set aside our usual achievement-oriented go-to mind where we have to finish all of these things in one day. We have this list, we have that list, all these things need to be done. We're giving up the need for control and refraining from forcing any kind of experience. It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to end this way. You don't have to sit still like a statue. All of these things are really irrelevant. Your experience is your experience, and that in itself is a-okay. All we're doing is providing the right conditions and allowing for the mind's gravitational pull to pull us deeper into stillness and to take over. The nature of our minds tend to become quieter when we create the optimal conditions for it to do so. We're going to use an analogy here, like a muddy pond that becomes clear when conditions are right. Do we keep stirring the surface? Do we keep moving things around or keeping the mind focusing on this, that, everything else? Or do we allow the floating particles to just slowly go down to the bottom? Not not going to sink like dead weights. It's going to take a little bit of time. But with practice and focus and setting the right setting, for lack of a better way to put it, we give ourselves that opportunity to let the pond settle. And that's where we make our best creative moves. So don't force it. Don't dive into the mind trying to chase away all the things that are going on. Just sit quietly and let your experience be your experience. We talked about this a bit last week when we did our 5 senses meditation. If you don't hear anything, that's your experience, and that's awesome, just in the way it is. You noticing that you're not hearing it is good enough. It's perfect. So, over time, we'll create the conditions in which the mind can begin to settle and experience more moments of stillness, even if it's this briefest little moment. We are back in control and we are focused. So let's release that right hand down. Bring both palms into the lap. With our eyes still closed, let's just begin an even breath. Noticing its inhale and its exhale. A few tips for creating effortless effort while meditating. Don't stop yourself from thinking that you need to be more relaxed or that you need to make yourself more relaxed. Meditation has nothing to do with obliterating the mind's ability to think. Instead, let's become an observer of the thinking mind. Use a meditation anchor. We're going to talk more about this in a moment. While meditating, we try and focus on that anchor, faintly but diligently. A light touch. No need to grasp or hold on for dear life like Friday's coming. We're just going to move slowly into it. Instead, we rest our awareness on it. We're not trying to focus hard enough to stop our thoughts. So let's take a few moments to settle here before we begin any type of meditation, just like the techniques in our first few weeks. Let's take our focus to the breath. Letting go of any expectations or preferences about our meditation practice, taking each moment as it comes. When it comes to meditation, just like life, there's no such thing as perfect. We are physically comfortable, just as we've been practicing since week 1. We're in that comfortable spot. We have our comfortable clothing, maybe our blanket, our sweatshirt. If you need to adjust your posture, perfectly fine. Do what you need to do to get to that comfy spot. Now today we're going to focus again on the breath. I chose the breath simply because it's always with us. We don't need to seek it out. It's already here, and you can use it anywhere. You don't have to necessarily be in a special place. All we need to do is turn our attention to it. We connect to it silently, and no one around us needs to know what we're doing. So now that we're sitting comfortably, our hands are relaxed wherever they are comfortable, and our eyes are gently closed. Let's become aware of the fact that we are breathing, and we're drawing awareness to our breath. Let's enjoy 3 slow, deep breaths together. Filling the breaths and then the abdomen on the inhale. Allowing the entire body to soften on the exhale. Feel that chest and belly rise on the inhale. And soften on the exhale. Allowing our breath to settle into a natural and comfortable rhythm. Don't alter it, just observe it. Now we're going to move to a specific focus of the breath. You have two places to choose. You can always focus your attention on the nostrils where you feel the breath come in and go out, or your chest and abdomen. Choose one of those spots, whichever one calls to you today. And just focus on feeling the air come in and go out, whether it's at the tips of your nostrils, this is my favorite one, or the chest and belly. Eyes remain closed as we anchor our attention, either here or here, as we breathe. Let your breath settle into a natural rhythm. Whatever feels right for you as you continue to concentrate on the air going in and out at the tip of your nose, or the rise and fall of chest and abdomen. As we allow our awareness to rest on these points, our mind will wander at some point, caught by distracting thoughts or external experiences, or maybe a body sensation. Something we forgot to do at work. Maybe someone's car alarm just beeped outside. When we notice that distraction, that's all it is. We notice, I notice that, back to the breath. This is how we remind ourselves that this experience is more than okay. It's an important part of the meditation process. Don't beat yourself up for letting your mind wander. We're observing and coming back. We're trying to stay away from the urge to seek a completely still and settled mind. It may be helpful to think of stillness as a stabilizing strength rather than a void in the mind's activity. Let's take that awareness, whether it's at the nostrils or at the chest, and expand it to the whole body. Take a moment to just notice your entire physical presence or being. Maybe it's the breath, maybe it's the hair that's just gently swaying against your shoulders. Maybe it's your legs starting to tell you that you've been sitting too long. Deep breath and notice. And now, as our eyes are still closed, let's expand that focus to the area around you. What do you see behind your closed eyes? What do you hear with your ears? Do you smell anything? Can you feel anything? Can you taste anything in your mouth? Taking a moment to notice each one of your senses. Doesn't matter which order. And again, if you feel or taste or smell or see nothing, that is your experience, and that in itself is perfect. And now we come back to the breath. Let's take a deep inhale together. In through the nose. Chest and belly expand. Exhale. The body softens. One more deep inhale. And exhale. The chin slowly drops to the chest with the eyes still closed. I want you to put a small smile on your face. And we'll open the eyes and slowly raise the head. Welcome back. This week I want you to dedicate a small amount of time each day, whether it's when you just get in the car to go to work, or maybe you're finished work and you're on your way home to do one of the many lists of things you have to do once work is finished. Maybe it's you to go out for a walk. Just take a moment to stand, sit, close eyes, breathe, and move that focus to wherever. Maybe the nostrils, maybe the abdomen and belly. Even one breath. Take the time. Release, inhale, and move on with your day. Next week, we're going to try another anchoring technique, focusing using a different medium than just our own body. I wanted you to have the opportunity to not need any additional tools for today. But we have a number of other techniques we can explore, and we will do that over the coming weeks. I wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Let's bring our hands together at heart center. Deep breath in and out. Namaste, my friends. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and love. That was from Mahatma Gandhi, and I loved it, so I wanted to share it with you. Have a great day, my friends, and I'll see you next Monday for Monday morning meditation. Namaste. Awesome job, my friends. Thanks for joining me for Monday morning meditation. I hope you found a little bit of anchor there. I always like to use the breath because it's always available to us and we never have to have any additional props or things with us, and we can do it anytime. My two favorite places to do it are while I'm walking or just as I'm getting in and out of my vehicle, preferably in, to avoid that at the other drivers around us. Please take a moment to like the video, hit the bell to be subscribed for future postings. We have a lot of stuff going on in our group Facebook page, Strength and Mobility with Creative Soul Yoga. Fall back into yoga basics. I have the link below. Feel free to check it out. We don't have any qualms about letting anyone in. There's lots of free content there. All kinds of yoga classes and offerings for free, as well as health and wellness initiatives, food-related incentives to get ourselves going and feeling happy about our physical vessels. So come on over and check us out, and come on back next Monday for another Monday morning meditation. My name is Kathleen Osmond.